Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper, and yes, you have read the title correctly. We're going to be talking about Infinite Warfare Zombies DLC 3. Now, at the time of making this video, I know it's like kind of an unexpected upload because I wanted to put this out there before all the hype of Zombies Chronicles comes out. It's literally coming out on Tuesday, and at the time of making this video, it is a Friday. So I want to put this out there just so we can have it for the fans of Infinite Warfare Zombies, but then on Tuesday, you know, the grind is going to be all on Zombies Chronicle. Wanted to make sure this video was out there because I have a lot of information to talk about, and I just want to make sure it's available for the people who are interested in IW Zombies, and this can be available, you know, because I'm going to be on Zombies Chronicles. I doubt I'll be playing this game, but I just want to make this video available for anybody who is interested. And also, if you guys could do me a huge favor and leave a like on the video right now if you do end up enjoying this or if you find this video interesting, that'd be very much appreciated. But let me make a little disclaimer right here before we get into all the information. So there's been a lot of leaks and stuff that's been given out about IW DLC 3, and if you guys don't want any leaks, you don't want any spoilers, you're not really into that kind of stuff, I recommend you click away from the video now if you want to experience it for the first time yourself and don't want anything already ruined and you just want to go into the map with a clean slate. I recommend you click away now because in this video, we're going to talk about absolutely so much about the map, and we have a pretty great deal, you know, a pretty good understanding of what the map is going to be actually like. So just so you guys know, you've had your warning, you can click away now, but for those of you who want to know about IW DLC 3 and what we can be expecting from that brand new Zombies map, this is the place for you. So you guys remember at the end of Shall and Shuffle, we got our little teaser at DLC 3 at the very end of the Easter egg cutscene, and it showed, you know, somebody looking down at their hands and just in black and white. It didn't really give us any information to go off of or to make any predictions about, other than the fact that this could be like maybe a 50s or 60s monster movie, and that's what we were thinking, and it turns out that most of our predictions were actually correct. So with that being said, we know the title of the map is going to be something along the lines of Attack of the Radioactive Titan, or something along those lines. Titan is interchangeable with maybe a word like monster, or just some sort of other like being, you know, kind of relating to that. Some kind of synonym for monster could be in the title, but we think it may be Titan. But the setting of the map is going to be something like a 50s monster movie. Now think of like the old black and white films. That's sort of the lines that we're talking about here. And something very interesting is that the power is going to work pretty much just like it did in Ascension way back in the day, to where we're going to start out in the movie, or the game is going to be in black and white until you turn on the power, and then it's going to restore the color just like it did in that map. And from what we know, the map layout, getting to power and everything like that, it does require a lot of doors to buy. The map itself is a little bit bigger than Brave in the Redwoods from what we hear, but we don't know exactly what that entails. It could be just a bit bigger, or it could be a lot bigger. We're not entirely sure at this point, just in terms of square footage. That's hard to say. And as for the environment in general around the map, it's going to be probably a lot more open, as this does take place on a beach, or around a beach, kind of like a town in that area. And it's going to be actually sunny this time. It's not going to be all dark and whatnot, but there is toxic waste within the sky from these boats, and that which was creating, you know, this radioactive monster. But yeah, it's going to be like a little bit of a, you know, brighter map, but still covered with toxic waste as we see in the sky. So in essence, an open beach with a town, you know, kind of on the edge as to the side, and you can use that in the playable area as well. And then along with some, you know, blue skies and toxic waste within the sky that's kind of like clouding it and whatnot. And something new in Infinite Warfare Zombies, kind of we've never seen before, is the boss fight is pretty much just going to be out in the open already right there. It's like able to see. And I can tell you right now, the boss is going to look something along the lines of this. It's going to look very similar to what you see right here. And it's obviously not going to be exact, but it's going to look pretty close. Now the thing with this boss, obviously, it's not like you can just go ahead and begin the boss fight as soon as you start up. He's going to be sitting there in the water and just really doing nothing for pretty much the entire game until we can activate the boss battle. He kind of just hangs out and chills until we can trigger something. And another thing about the boss that I think is worth mentioning is that you can't really get too close to him as of right now. Like, you know, if you just start the game and try to get too close, he's surrounded by the toxic and radioactive water, so you will definitely die if you go into it. Now, I don't know if it's just like an insta-down if you get too close into the toxic water, or if it's like cumulative damage, or like you can step into it and step out, but just, you know, kind of get off a little bit unscathed. So the point is, do not approach the boss if the toxic water is still available, and because you definitely will die. Now, another thing we need to talk about really quickly is the celebrity character, because we know exactly who it's going to be already. In the other maps, like we've had hints, and then Lee Ross has put out tweets kind of giving us some things to play around with and figure out for the celebrity characters ourselves, but now we know exactly who it's going to be, and this is going to be Elvira. She's been featured in a lot of horror movies throughout the past. Now, a couple of the examples would be Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark. She's been in Elvira's Haunted Hills, stuff like that, and Blood Legacy. A couple different films that she's been in. And of course, she's going to end up being the character within the Easter egg that we need to talk to throughout, you know, kind of completing the steps and whatnot. So that's who the celebrity character is going to be. And I thought that was interesting how they're going. They've basically done David Hasselhoff, Kevin Smith, and then Pam Grier, and now Elvira. So we don't know who the next one's going to be, either male or female. They've done 2 and 2 so far. So I guess we'll have to see about that. And also, we should probably look at our first glimpse of the map that Lee Ross has given us on Twitter. He always puts out a very small screenshot of the poster, just some like kind of little segment or fraction of the poster that doesn't really reveal anything, but gives us a little bit of stuff to play around with and kind of gives us the vibes of the map. So here you go. Here's the picture that he tweeted out, and we get a little bit of, you know, kind of confirmation about this stuff. We can see pretty clearly the freight carriers in the back of the ocean. This is most likely what dropped the toxic or dropped the radioactive acid. Oh, just the stuff that's in the water and created this monster. So we know that this is going to be like on a beach setting. Now, initially, I thought when I saw the Shallon cutscene that this is going to be like in kind of like a haunted house. You know what I mean? But apparently, I was wrong about that. It's going to be on a beach, which is pretty interesting. And so far, that's pretty much what we know about the map, and we have a very good understanding already. Before we even have official information from Infinity Ward themselves, we pretty much already know what this map is going to be like. And if you guys want a little bit more information, kind of more specific details, you guys can go read the Gaming Revolution's Twit Longer. I have a link down below in the description. You guys can go check that out if you want to. I'll leave TGR's link down below. But I just wanted to quickly break down the main pieces of information that I have. And if you guys do want the more specifics, like I said, there's a link in the description. But this is pretty much what we know about DLC 3 already, and we have a very good understanding of how this map is going to play out already. And it just seems like Infinite Warfare gets leaked so much easier than Treyarch stuff, and I honestly don't know why that is, but I'm sure some of you guys are interested in that sort of stuff, and I did want to bring it to you regardless. And I know a lot of people aren't really concerned about Infinite Warfare Zombies with Zombies Chronicles coming out, but for those of you who are, you know, take a great deal of care into IW Zombies, this video is for you and for people who like this kind of stuff. So anyway, guys, that's gonna be for today. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy this, and subscribe if you are brand new to the channel. And other than that, guys, thank you everybody so much for coming out. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you all on the next video.